We just left downtown Blacksburg. We're on the Huckleberry Trail, headed towards Heritage Park. We made it to Heritage Park. It's right across the street from Rising Silo Brewery. We're headed next over to Brush Mountain to McDonald's Hollow, where hopefully we'll run into some trail users. We're going to talk about navigation, how to use the trail map, do's and don'ts of the trails, and also how to interact with wildlife. See you in a second. Hey Tina, hey Jackson.
Hey Kayla.
Are you all ready to ride some trails?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. Let's look at the map before we get started. Here we are at the trailhead. We're going to look at the map first before we start. What do you want to ride today?
We like Turkey Trot, and I also know that Crosscut meets the ridge at the top.
Great. Let's look at Turkey Trot. So we're looking at number 4 and 7. So we're seeing, based on the key, that the trail difficulty, green is easiest, blue is more difficult, black is most difficult. That's something to note before you ride, is how difficult your ride is and how far. So we can use this map and know what direction north is and plan our ride ahead of time. Another thing you want to be mindful of in practice is the rules of the trail. They're listed right here very clearly, so we'll follow those guidelines. Then you want to make sure that you know if you have cell coverage. We can always dial 911 in case there's an emergency. The most cool feature about this map is this QR code right here. You can scan for more info and the map downloads right away. Okay, ready to ride?
Let's do it.
Let's go. So we are on our way up Turkey Trot. When we were looking at the trail map, we made sure to take notice of all the trails being interconnected. And they all have a commonality, which is the fire road called the highway. So it's the fastest way out. So if there was an emergency or if you needed to get out for any reason, you could take the highway. You said you did some trail work out here?
We did. We were actually able to come as a family a few times. We cleared, we used hand tools, we used plate compactors, all kinds of stuff.
Can anybody volunteer to help with the trails?
Anybody can.
All ages too?
Yeah, all ages. Jackson came with us.
We made it to the top of Turkey Trot. Tina, what are we riding next?
We're gonna go to the highway from the bottom of Turkey Trot and climb back up to Crosscut at the ridge.
So you could go one way, or see this rock here, you could go that second way. So it makes it fun for beginner riders, more experienced riders. We are meeting up with horseback riders. We've got Susan and Casey and Jenny. Let's continue up the highway and learn a little bit more about riding with horses. So what is most important about other trail users interacting with horses out here?
Yielding the right-of-way to the horses is always super important in the blind spots, the blind areas. In more open spots like this, if we can see you or we can hear you coming, a lot of times we'll try to announce our presence and move off the trail to give bikers the right-of-way when it's safe for everybody for us to do so. Some horses may have never seen a bicycle before, and others may be seasoned veterans. You just never know really until the rider gets an opportunity to let you know.
So we continued up the highway and just wanted to talk about safest way to pass and really communicating and letting your presence be known. So how do I do that as maybe an inexperienced trail user if it was my first time coming across horses?
So the best thing to do is just ask the rider if it's safe to pass their horse, what the safest way would be. Do they need to move off the trail or slow down or possibly stop and let the horses come past while you're standing still?
So Susan, I was noticing that there was a yield sign and it had the horseback rider at the top of the sign. Could you break that sign down for someone who might not know what that means?
Sure, that's designed to keep everyone safe. So because we're dealing with two brains, the horses and ours, bikers are deferring to the hikers are deferring to the horses. When we have an opportunity, we'll let the bikers go on by if they're going downhill and have that momentum.
All about safety and just collaborating together, but also clearly communicating. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that wonderful information to keep ourselves safe and the horseback riders and all the trail users out here. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Jen.
Hey.
Hey, I just ran into one of my great friends, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's a great day.
I know I love this trail, Mountain Pine Forest, but I'm getting ready to head this way. Do you want to come with me?
Yeah, let me turn
Awesome.
my bike around and
Let's
I'll go
go.
with you. Tell me a little more about your volunteering on the trails.
Yeah, I came out and helped put some of the finishing touches on some of the trails, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never done trail work before, and usually I'm out here mountain biking because that's my favorite thing to do on the trails.
And how do you prepare to ride and how do you stay safe out here?
I like to wear bright colors, whether it's hunting season or not. And then also just pay attention to my surroundings because there's always going to be faster and slower mountain bikers, horses, people with dogs. So just staying aware of what's going on.
Well, we're headed out of Pine Forest back onto the highway. I want to thank everyone who came out to ride, all the hikers, bikers, horseback riders for coming out. We learned about the different ways to use the map, the do's and don'ts of the trail, and some etiquette tips and safety. Thank you all for riding. Tina and I will head over to Eastern Divide. Are you going to head out?
Yeah, I'll see you there. Let's go get a bite to eat and drink.
Okay, see you there. Headed out of McDonald Hollow. Just hopped off the Huckleberry Trail using the road to connect to Eastern Divide. Thank you. Hey.
How was in your ride?
It was so great. How about you?
It was good.
We're outside of Eastern Divide to enjoy the rest of this beautiful day and this view. Thank you for coming along for the ride, to meet other trail users, to learn about the do's and don'ts. Can't wait to ride the trails again with you. Until next time on the Huck.